Bet.
Hey, how are you?
Good, you?
Good, good. Hey, if it's all right, I'm just gonna record this,
Yeah, no worries.
and I'll upload the video and the article to my site, and then when Exeter's newspaper gets rolling, I'll put it up there. So,
Perfect.
hey,
Sounds good.
all right. I think it should be recording now. So, can you just give a little introduction to yourself?
Gavin McCusker, alumni, Exeter High School. Um, at Merrimack College right now, playing quarterback. Season's about to start in 2 weeks, so pretty excited for that.
All right. Can you describe some of the emotions and routines as a leader of a D1 team? That others may not fully understand.
Um, Honestly, I don't really like to look at it that way. A lot of me is just, make sure that all the guys are clued in, make sure all my guys are, really tuned tuned into what I'm trying to get to them and what I'm trying to get out of them, and being able to honestly keep a great relationship with everybody on this team is awesome. Being a leader, people kind of look up to you. And I really like that because I try to lead this team in the right way. And when you got a couple guys and most of the offense behind you, it's an awesome feeling. So
Right. Ever since having a good freshman year, how have you been able to work and keep improving?
um so I mean freshman year was more about just getting myself in the right spot. Getting thrown in was kind of like hard on me a little bit just to you know, get yourself prepared for a game, practices and stuff like that, make sure you're clued in. But now it's kind of just taking a step forward and saying like I gotta get this entire offense ready to go and getting the entire offense clued into what we're trying to do and make sure everybody's on the same page and not just being worried about myself actually, taking that next step as including everybody in there and make sure everybody's okay. So
Are there any significant changes that you have to, you know, overcome or work with in this upcoming season?
not much, honestly. No, we have a lot of guys coming back. We have a lot of guys, that are really experienced out there, that I have good chemistry with. So, not really.
All right. How have you been able to maintain your consistency while competing in football and maintaining academics both at the high school and college level?
It's a good question. Definitely just you repeat the first part of that again.
Have you been able to maintain consistency in football and while maintaining academics?
Honestly, just being very well rounded, not getting too big of a head. No staying true to your values and your beliefs. Doing the right thing when it's time to do the right thing a little bit. But being consistent is just showing up every day, doing the same thing, and being like a role model for how people want to see you, and that kind of plays a big factor in my life. Is every day I try to make sure that I'm doing the right things and I'm being a person people want to be around on and off the field because that makes a huge difference. I don't want to just be remembered as a guy who just played football or if you ran into me on campus, we had a conversation and you kind of took me in as some you didn't know that I played football, so I try to keep that balance, you know.
Can you describe your experience at Exeter and how it felt to transfer to college?
Exeter was awesome to me. Coach Bauer, Coach Givens, they were awesome to me. I can't thank them enough for what they've done. All the teachers in the high school are awesome. Since even elementary school all the way up. Exeter's a really strong community. They get behind the teams well, and especially the football team. And the support I've got from teachers, literally everybody in Exeter Township is amazing, honestly. And transitioning to college, that kind of helps you out when you're up here. Is like you got a lot of people back home that support you and believe in you, and honestly believed in you when you didn't even have belief in yourself. And that's what kind of keeps me going every day. So.
All right. What challenges have you faced so far at Exeter or Merrimack, and who or what has been able to help you overcome them?
At first, getting up here, we had 8 guys in the quarterback room, and I was dead last at number 8. So that was a little tough on me, and just being able to like you said about somebody who could bring me through that and help me through that was definitely my parents. You know, they kept on believing in me, kept on saying like, you know, you just got to keep working day in and day out. Don't make excuses for yourself. And you know, just the messages that they were giving me really helped me pull through that. So
What made you think Merrimack was the right decision for you, and you still uphold that same image of the school that you did back then?
honestly, we since it was like I was getting recruited in like the COVID year, honestly, you know, recruiting was a little different for me. For most people that don't know, Coach Curran honestly reached out to my high school head coach and was you know, asking for some film, just throwing the ball around, and we sent him a tape of, you know, the throws he wanted to see on the field. And you know, 4 weeks into the season, he called me and my family and said he wanted to offer me. And honestly, that was the only coach that honestly wanted to take a chance on me at the Division 1 level. And you know, it worked out for me and my family. I think that night we called him back 30 minutes later and we said I was committed. So you know, I can't thank him enough for that. And you know, my family and I are very grateful for that.
As you mentioned, the COVID year was kind of screwing up some things as you were in your senior year. How did that change things? What was different, do you think?
Uh, it was it was a grind, really. You know, not knowing like what was next. You know, everybody had kind of had their stuff figured out before you, or I should say, like grades above you. You know, had stuff figured out, and we were still in high school, and you know, and especially for me, I was trying to get recruited, and not being able to do what I really wanted to do recruiting wise played a factor. But I mean, everything worked out the way it is, and I'm grateful to be where I'm at.
Yeah. Are there any other sports or activities that you did while you were growing up, and what made you stick with football? Made that stood out.
Um, I'm a big baseball guy as well. Growing up, I love baseball. I still love baseball. I don't get to play, but you know, I like watching it and being around the sport. But you know, it kind of came to a decision where it was the summer of going into my sophomore year, and you had to decide like, well, football camps are during the summer, and there's also travel baseball and every weekend as well. So it was like you had to pick which one you wanted to do. And for me, it was just, you know, football was my first love. That was the first thing that I really like felt some sort of way about, and you know, I just decided to stick with that. So
As a quarterback on a high stage, what pressure do you face, and how do you manage it, and what makes it worth it?
I honestly don't like to look at it as pressure. You know, I'm grateful to be in this position. I'm excited to be in this position, but you know, like I think Deion Sanders said it best. You know, pressure is some little kid fighting for his life in a hospital bed, or you know, a single mother trying to, you know, make ends meet. You know, this is to me, this is just a game that I enjoy and love to do, and I really like to. I don't like to see it as, you know, I have pressure on me. You know, I just walk out there and be excited for stuff like that, and be excited about the game, and be excited about the position I'm in, and that's kind of what keeps me going.
Yeah. Um, Back at home at Exeter, what were some of your favorite moments or relationships that you had on the team?
Oh, there's numerous. You know, obviously, that junior year, we went the farthest I think in playoff history or school history. That was awesome. That team was very well rounded. We worked through so much stuff that year, and you know, to see the coaches go that far and to see this team go that far was an awesome feeling. Honestly, also in baseball too, our sophomore year, we were killing it. Went to the playoffs. You know, we didn't do what we wanted to do, but you know, there's been so many moments at Exeter, on and off the field, of any sport. You know, even in the classrooms and everything else. You know, the community and just the well-roundedness of Exeter was awesome.
Yeah. Is there anything particular that you miss about home at Exeter?
Not really. Uh, I'm gonna say that in a bad way. Um, I just kind of moved on at this point, I guess. You know, I
Yeah.
definitely around my family and stuff. I think in like the last year, I've been home 2 months out of the year. That's a little hard, but you know, I definitely say just being around my family and you know my friends back home. So that's really it.
Yeah. Where'd you like to see yourself in 5 years, and what goals will help lead you there?
That's a really good question. 5 years. I'd like to hope in 5 years that I haven't changed in any bad ways. Still being the person I want to be for everybody. Whether it's a team or whether it's just random, like I said, random people I'm meeting. I don't want to change my persona about myself or anything like that. But in 5 years, it's kind of hard. I don't really know where I'd see myself honestly, but hopefully it's in a good spot. So I'm kind of a day by day guy. I'm glad I woke up this morning type of person, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right. I think that's all I got. So
Awesome.
yeah,
That was awesome, man. Thank you.
appreciate your time.
Yeah, no,
Sure.
thank you. Appreciate it. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you too.